Hello YouTube, what's going on? To all these channels out there that are bashing First Amendment auditors or whatever, Second Amendment auditors, or people walking around and calling them frauditors, constitutional frauditors, I got a challenge for you. Why don't you go out and do a First Amendment audit? I got a challenge for you. Why don't you go open carry your gun everywhere you go? Oh wait, you live in a state where it's illegal because your government has made it illegal? You're too scared? You're a coward hiding behind a screen, and you got all this fancy editing equipment, and you're trying to make a video look and sound cool because you think that you're cool hiding behind a screen? You're trolling them? You're wanting to bash their name? Oh wait, are you law enforcement that is bashing their name? You know, law enforcement loves to do that. They love to make up fake accounts and go bash these people, try to make them look bad. And granted, there are some of them that are bad because they stand there and they just do all this stuff just to draw attention. I give you that. There are some of them that are frauditors. They just want to try to make a name for themselves. Okay, I'll give you that. There are some of them. That's like with everything, though. Every walk of life, every career, every aspect of life, there's always somebody that's a fraud in that aspect of life. See, here's the thing. For those people that are real and doing First Amendment audits and doing it for a good reason, to expose the tyrants that are in our government, for those people that are actually doing it for the right reason, constitutional rights and freedom, and standing up for it, and willing to take that charge, and willing to go through the trouble of going through court and all that, and getting arrested, and you know, and people talking bad about them in the news and all this, hey, go for it. I love watching them, trust me. I support you. I support you 100%. To those channels that are hiding behind their computer screens and hiding behind their keyboards and all that and calling them frauditors and all this other stuff, I don't support you. See, unless you're willing to go out and prove the fact that what they're doing is a fraud, or gather intel on them and prove that they are a fraud, you know, actual intel. Most of these frauditor videos I see, they have no real evidence. They're just going by the video that is posted. They're not going by the actual facts. See, and then they never expose who they are exactly. So it makes me go to think and wonder, are they law enforcement that's just trying to shut you up because law enforcement hates your constitutional rights and freedom? Law enforcement hates the fact that they have people that are challenging the system. See, government hates competition when it comes to your freedom. Government hates the fact that you have a voice and a tool now called the smartphone and cameras to stand up against them. We have the tools of freedom. And this is our tools of freedom. You know, First Amendment, if you read it and research it deeply, is to hold our government accountable. That's the whole design of the First Amendment. You know, freedom of press, freedom of speech, freedom to redress our government, freedom to protest peacefully. See, I see all these frauditor videos. They're calling people frauditors, but they're not out doing it. I got a challenge for you. I got a big challenge for you. Get out from behind a computer screen and go do it yourself. You know, I would be doing them, but I don't have a vehicle to do it with. So actuality, I'm waiting until I get my vehicle. And yes, I will be doing them. Right here in White Deer, Texas. And we're going to see how the local law enforcement handles First Amendment audits or people recording videos. See, that's going to be a cool thing because I'm going to be doing it. I'm not going to call nobody a frauditor unless I know for sure 100% for sure that they are a frauditor. See those people that stand there and scream and holler at law enforcement just to get a reaction? Yes, I will call them frauditors. Because that's for YouTube. That's for clicks and views and, hey, it, whatever. Okay, I will call them. But if somebody is standing there just recording, minding their own business, and then somebody gets in their face and they're reacting to it, and they're just using sarcasm or their language to disagree with them, and you're calling them a frauditor, see, that makes you a fraud. Because you're too scared to get out from behind that computer screen. You're too scared to go do it yourself. See, that's the beautiful thing about America. We can call you out too. Till you call them out, I can call you out. If you're calling them a frauditor, what are you? Why does that make you a fraud? Because you're too scared to come out from behind the computer screen? Too scared to show your face? Exactly who you are? So, there are so many channels out there that actually does, like Audit the Audit. It actually does say that, okay, this is what happened, but this, they get an A, B, C, D, whatever, and they grade them. See, the courtroom of public opinion is a beautiful thing in a way, because if these people look like idiots, they don't last long. There was a bunch of idiots running around calling themselves Cop Watch. They didn't last long, because they were just doing everything in the world to get cops to react. See, that's the people that don't last long. People that get out there and actually antagonize the police and just do everything in the world to get the cop to react. Now, if the cop reacts on his own and he comes up and he violates that person's rights and freedom just because the guy's standing there quietly recording, or he is using his freedom of speech and giving advice to those people that are pulled over, freedom of speech, but he's not cussing, he's not swearing, he's trying to be respectful, that's the law enforcement we don't want. Because law enforcement should know that freedom of speech is just that. Freedom of press is just that. Freedom to carry our guns and bear our guns, especially here in Texas, is just that. See, it's a beautiful thing. Very beautiful thing. Constitutional rights and freedom is beautiful. See, if we let that go, we're never going to get it back. Never. Not without a fight, not without going back through the old rigmarole of everything again. And starting over, basically starting over from ground up, which with the politicians and law enforcement and government, I think we should do anyway. But that's just my opinion. Now, will we actually do it? I don't know. That's yet to be seen. But they sit there for law enforcement to make up fake accounts just to bash these people should be illegal. And it actually is in some states. It actually goes against policy in their law enforcement handbooks and all that. So actuality, they're violating law, they're violating your freedom, they're violating their policies, they're violating, see, cops can get away with a lot of things. And we do need exposure on cops, on bad cops. I'm going to say that. On bad cops, we need exposure. Because if we don't have exposure on bad cops, then how will we know if they're committing crimes? How will we know if they're out violating rights if we don't have that exposure? Think about it. If we allow them to do whatever they're doing, they're going to violate rights. They're going to violate laws. Heck, there was a video the other day. This is where I am glad this guy was recorded and called this cop out on it. He was driving down the middle of the road, couldn't maintain the lane. If we were doing that, if we the civilians were doing that, they would have us arrested for reckless driving, not maintaining lanes, and they would try to arrest us for DUI and everything else. They would violate our rights so bad. So, man, they would mess us up. we'd be in court for years. So why not have these people walking around recording police? I would rather them be doing it and exercising their rights than hiding behind a screen and calling them a frauditor. So God bless, have a great day, and if you're calling them a frauditor, I call you a frauditor. I call you a fraud, period, because you're too scared to get out from behind that screen. Have a good day.